Hello, good day everyone. Today we're going to discuss a new topic, ellipse with center at HK. So last time we discussed about the lesson, ellipse with center at origin. So let us have a review. So we have here number one problem. Which case is the given ellipse? X squared over 2 plus y squared over 1 equals 1. Okay, what's your answer? Click on the underlined choice or words. Is it case 1 or case 2? Okay, so from the given, the denominator of the x variable is 2. The denominator of the y variable is 1. So since bigger yung denominator ng x, then this should be case 1, right? If your answer is case 2, then try again. So the correct answer is case 1, right? Very good. Let's go to the next. Which case the given ellipse? So x squared over 4 plus y squared over 9 equals 1. So as you can see, the denominator of y is bigger than the denominator of x, which is only 4. 9 sa y, no? So most probably this is case 2, right? If your answer is case 1, wrong. Should be case 2. Excellent. Next item. What is the value of a in the ellipse? X squared over 100 plus y squared over 49 equals 1. So, in the given ellipse with center at origin, this is case 1 because the denominator of x is bigger than the denominator of y. Okay? So, your value of a here is the square root of 100, which is 10. And the value of b is the square root of 49, which is 7. So this should be the answer. A is 10 and b equals 7, right? If your answer is that, that's wrong. Should be a equals 10, b equals 7. Bravo. Next item. What is the value of a and b in the given equation of ellipse? Ayun, x squared over 4 plus y squared over 25 equals 1. This is case 2, right? Bigger kasi yung denominator ng y squared, which is 25. So, therefore, this is your A, and this is your B. A is 5, B is 2, right? So, that's not the correct answer. A is 5, B equals 2. You are awesome. Next item, what are the coordinates of the vertices or ends of the major axis of the ellipse? Okay, dito yung hint natin. Vertices are the coordinates a0 and negative a0. So this is case 1. Most probably a is 14. So this should be the correct answer. 14, 0 and negative 14, 0. Not 80, negative 80. Right? Correct. Next item. What are the coordinates of the vertices of the ends of the major axis? This is case 2. So your a is 3. Since this is case 2, 0A naman to. 0A, 0 negative A. So, since your A is 3, ito yung answer. 0, 3, 0 negative 3. Right? And next item. What is the value of C in the ellipse? X squared over 25 plus y squared over 9 equals 1. So, C in the ellipse is equal to a square root of a squared minus b squared, right? So, square root of 25 minus 9 is 16. Square root of 16 is 4. Okay? 5 is your answer. Wrong. Should be 4, right? Yun. You are fantastic. What, next, find the coordinates of the vertices or ends of the major axis of the ellipse. Again, this is case 2. Your A is 5. So, 0, 5, 0, negative 5 is the correct answer. Yun. So, let us now go to our new lesson, but before that, ellipse with center at the HK naman this time. But before that, can you give me some things that resembles an ellipse or things around us that has a shape like an ellipse? So I will give you objects whose shape is like an ellipse. So we have here fun elliptical features. We have yung oval shape like egg, American football, yung mga badminton racket. Ayan. Another, nandito yung mga eggs, avocado, Ayun, yung mirror, rocket, yung spoon, table, watermelon, and eggs, right? Okay. Also, the orbit from orbit sa solar system natin. It's an elliptical shape. Okay, we have also here some buildings who has an elliptical shape. Buildings that have elliptical shape, I should say. So we have here the Colosseum on the city of Rome, Italy. So it's the largest amphitheater in the world. Yan. Another National Center for Performing Arts located at the Beijing, China. Okay. It's an elliptical shape. Sage Building, Gateshead, UK. Partial view of rope architecture. Okay. Ellipse din yan. Also, we have here the Crown Towers, part of the Crown Casino and Entertainment Complex from Melbourne, Australia. Another here, interior of Roman Amphitheater of Arena Nimes, France, dating from about 100 AD, showing elliptical shape. So, meron na talagang ellipse noon pang unong panahon, no? And the new Somerstown Community Hub, Portsmouth, UK, designed by BAM. The 90-meter long elliptical building has a glulam timber frame and spans a major rope. Okay, we have also here apartments, building. It's an elliptical form, modern building, with semi-detached houses, spring room, cycle track. It's located in Germany, North Rhine-Westphalia, Germany. So let's go now to our lesson, which is on the ellipse with center at HK. Ayan. So an ellipse is the collection of points in the plane. The sum of whose distances from two fixed points called the foci is a constant. So take note of the word sum, right? So sum. Pag sum, ellipse yan. But pag difference, hyperbola na yan. So you can draw an ellipse by taking two push pins in cardboard with a piece of string attached as shown. Yun. So the place where each pin is a focus, the plural of which is foci. The sum of the distances from the ellipse to these points stays the same because it is the length of the string. Yun. Constant. Yun. Constant. Okay, let us have a review on the parts of an ellipse. Ayan, center. This is the major axis. It's the direction of the longest part of the ellipse. And this is a minor axis, shorter than the major axis. Then we have two foci. Then we have two vertices. And the vertices are at the ends of the major axis. Okay? And then foci, the two fixed points, f sub 1 and f sub 2, whose distances from a single point on the ellipse is a constant. So we're just reviewing the definition, no? So yun ang foci. Major axis is the line that contains the foci and goes through the center of the ellipse. Yun. Vertices, the two points of the intersection of the ellipse and the major axis, v sub 1 and v sub 2. Yun. Vertices naman yun. And minor axis is the line that is perpendicular to the major axis and goes through the center of the ellipse. Yon, minor axis. Okay? So the equation for an ellipse can be derived by using the definition and the distance formula. And the resulting equation is, yon, this is from our previous lesson. Ellipse with center at origin. X squared over x squared over a squared plus y squared over b squared equals 1, where a is greater than b and b is greater than 0, and b squared equals a squared minus c squared. The values of a, b, and c tell us about the size of our ellipse. Yan. So yan yung a, this is b, and this is c. Okay, the value of c. So the center of the ellipse may be transformed from the origin. The equation would then be, ayan. So this is now the equation of an ellipse with center at HK. x minus h quantity squared over a squared plus y minus k quantity squared over b squared equals 1. If it is an horizontal axis, or yung tinatawag natin case 1 ito. And then another, this is case 2, wherein the major axis is vertical. X minus h quantity squared over b squared plus y minus k quantity squared over a squared equals 1. Okay, if an ellipse is not in the standard form, you must do algebraic manipulation to get it looking like this. The right hand side must always be 1. Yun, dapat 1 always dito sa right hand. Ellipses may also be translated so that the center is not the origin. So yun nga, equation of the ellipse with center at HK. So these are the formulas for vertices, foci, covertices. It's the other word for conjugate axis. Okay, dito yung mga formula. Later on, we will discuss each case. Case 1, horizontal. Case 2, vertical. So you are advised to memorize these formulas so that we will have a smooth graphing of the ellipse. Yan. Okay, memorize natin yan. Okay? So, andito na tayo sa case 1. Case 1 is yung horizontal, yung major axis. So, case 1, the equation of the ellipse with center at HK and the major axis is parallel to the x-axis. Yun. This is the equation. And try to memorize. These are the formulas for case 1. Center at HK. Vertex or ends of major axis. We have here h plus AK and h minus AK. B or ends of the minor axis. HK plus B and HK minus B. Ayun. Then we have it here foci, H plus C, K, H minus CK. And then we have also here ends of the latera recta, H plus C, K plus and minus B squared over A, and R, H minus C, K plus and minus B squared over A. Length of the latus rectum, LR equals 2B squared over A. Eccentricity is C over A. And to solve for C, we have square root of A squared minus B squared. Or if you are solving for B, square root of A squared minus C squared. So let us have now our first example. Sketch and discuss the graph of the ellipse. X minus 3 quantity squared over 100 plus y minus 4 quantity squared over 36. So this is case 1 because the denominator of x variable is greater than the denominator of y, which is 36 only, 100 dito. Okay, first step, we must identify HK, then A, B, and C so that we will have a smooth solving for the different parts, yung center, major axis, vertices, minor, foci, etc. So this is case 1, major axis parallel to x-axis. So as you can see, H is 3, K is 4, and A is the square root of 110, B is the square root of 36, 6, and then C is square root of A squared minus B squared, so 100 minus 36 is 64, so we got 8. So, ayan. Center is 3, 4. So, ends of major axis is H plus AK. So, we have 3 minus 10, 4, and 3 plus 10, 4. So, that means the vertices are at negative 7, 4, and 13, 4. Okay? Kasi yung A is 10. So, 3 minus 10 and 3 plus 10. Yun. Ends of minor axis, or in symbol, B as in bird. Pag major axis, ends of major axis, V or vertices naman yan. V as in vegan. So, we have here H, K plus and minus B. So, we have H is 3. What about K? 4. What about B? 6. So, 4 plus 6 is 10. And then 4 minus 6 is negative 2. So, we have the ends of major axis 3, 10, and 3, negative 2. We have here also the foci. C is 8. So, we have 3 minus 8, 4. K is 4. 3 plus 8, 4. And that's equivalent to negative 5, 4, and 11, 4. And LR, meaning the length of the latus rectum. There are 2. So, latera recta yan. 2b squared over a. So, just substitute b by 6 and a by 10. So, we get 7.2. And also we have here the eccentricity, C over A. 8 over 10 is C of 0.8. It tells the roundness of the ellipse. Yan. So if it approaches to 1, so medyo ano siya, it becomes a little bit of a circle pag it gets closer to 1, yung eccentricity. Ends of the lateral recta, it consists of 4 points, L, LR, dalawa yan, 4, LR, dalawang L, dalawang R. So yun, just substitute to the formula H minus C, K plus and minus B squared over A, and H plus C, K plus and minus B squared over A. Ayun, 3 minus 8, negative 5, 3 plus 8, 11. Ayun, negative 5, 11. Then 4 plus 36 over 10 is 3.6. So 4 plus 3.6, 7.6. And 4 minus 3.6, 0.4. So, dito na yung endpoints of the lateral recta. Negative 5, 7.6. Negative 5, 0.4. 11, 7.6. And R, 11, 0.4. And here is now the graph of the ellipse. Ayun. That's the major axis. Just plot the points. Vertices, foci, lateral recta, ends of minor axis. The center is at 3, 4. Ayun. Ends of minor axis is at 3, 10. Negative, 2, negative 2. Vertices, 13, 4. And negative 9, 4. Foci, negative 5, 4. Ayun. And the rest, yung lateral recta. Okay? So, as you can see, the major axis is horizontal for case 1. Okay. Now, let's proceed to the next example. Okay, number 2. Find the equation of the ellipse with given properties. Center at 2, 3. A vertex at negative 4, 3. And latus rectum equals 3. So, we have here. So, this is case 1. Major axis is parallel to x-axis. Given center at 2, 3. Vertex at negative 4, 3. And length of the lateral recta is equal to 3. Yan. So, how do you know that this is case 1? Of course, you're going to sketch center at 2, 3 in your graphing paper. The Cartesian plane, negative 4, 3 is the vertex, one of the vertices. So, from that, meaning, the major axis is parallel to x-axis. So, horizontal yung major axis. That means this is case 1. So, from the given center, H is 2, K is 3. And then from the given vertex, negative 4, 3. Then the formula is H minus AK. So that means we're going to equate H minus A to negative 4 to solve for A. Okay? So substitute H by 2. 2 minus A equals negative 4. Then subtract both sides by 2. Negative 4 minus 2 is negative 6. Divide both sides by negative 6. Then that's equivalent to 6. Okay? So, solve na natin yung 6. Yung A. So, let us now go to the other one, yung B. So, how do you solve for B? Of course, we're going to use the given LR, or the length of the lateral recta, which is equal to 3. So, from there, from the formula of the lateral recta, 2B squared over A, we can now solve for B here. Okay? Kasi A is 6. LR is 3, so from here we can solve for B. Multiply both sides by 6. Ayun. Then divide both sides by 2. B squared equals 9. Therefore, B is equal to 3. Then, solve na natin yung A, 6, B, 3. Then we can now solve for C. Formula is A squared. Square root of A squared minus B squared. So, 6 squared. Na 36 minus 9 is 27. Square root of 27 or 3 square root 3 or 5.2. So, we can now solve for the equation of the ellipse. X minus H, yun. Substitute natin sa formula. So, case 1. Then, yun. Substitute H by 2, K by 3, A by 6, B by 3. Then, this is now the equation of the ellipse. X minus 2 quantity squared over 36 plus Y minus 3 quantity squared over 9 equals 1. So, from the equation, the center is at 2, 3. Then, The other end of the major axis is at 8, 3. Ayun, h plus ak. 2 plus 6, 3. So that means 8, 3. Ends of the minor axis, yun, 2, 3 plus 3, 2, 3 minus 3, or 2, 6, 2, 0. Right? Then foci, 2 minus square root of 27 is negative 3.2. 2 plus square root of 27 is 7.2. Okay? And this should be 3 pala yun. So, kamali tayo. And then, eccentricity is square root of 27 over 6. That's equivalent to 0.87 using your calculator. Okay? So, if the eccentricity of the ellipse is closer to 1, meaning that's an elongated ellipse, it tells the roundness. No? But if it's closer to 0, it tends to become circular. Okay? Ends of the lateral recta, ayan, substitute. From the formula, we have negative 3.2, 4.5, negative 3.2, 1.5. And then another one, 7.2, 4.5, 7.2, 1.5. And we're now ready to sketch the graph. The parabola with center at 2, 3. Yan, major axis, minor axis, and the two lateral recta. Alright? So this is the graph of the ellipse, x minus 2 quantity squared over 36 plus y minus 3 quantity squared over 9 equals 1. Center is at 2, 3. Okay? So we have also here number 3. Determine the center, the endpoints of the major and minor axis, the foci, and the eccentricity of x squared plus 4y squared minus 6x minus 16y minus 11 equals 0. Yan. So since the given equation of the ellipse is in general form, we will transform this equation to its standard form by completing this square. Yan. Transpose negative 11. Then, yan, regroup the terms. Group natin yung x squared and 6x, negative 6x, or x squared minus 6x. Then, 4y squared minus 16y. That can be factored by 4y squared minus 4y. So, what will we add here on this part? Just divide negative 6 by 2, then square it. Yun, 9. We'll also add 9 to 11. Okay? Whatever you added to the left side, you added to the right side of the equation. What will you add on this part? Yun, negative 4 divided by 2 is negative 2 square mo, 4. So I will add 4 here, 16. So what is 11 plus 9 plus 16? That's equal to 36. Ayun. Then you factor also this, the trinomials. The factor is x minus 3 quantity squared, y minus 2 quantity squared, times 4. The next step is divide all terms by 36. Yun. So the equation is x minus 3 quantity squared over 36 plus y minus 2 quantity squared over 9 equals 1. So let us continue. So from the given equation, okay, you can say that a equals 6, the square root of 36, b equals 3, and center is at 3, 2. Yun. Yun naman ang ends of major axis, ends of minor axis. Yun yung ellipse. So, vertices, 3 plus and minus 6, 2. For ends of minor axis, 3, 2 plus and minus 3. So, meaning, dito sa vertices, 3 plus 6, 9. 3 minus 6, negative 3, 2. Ayun. For minor axis, 2 plus 3, 5. 2 minus 3, negative 1. Yun. Solving for C, it's needed to solve for the foci. Yun, square root of 27 naman dito. Or 3 square root of 3 or 5.2. So, yun. 3 plus and minus 3 square root of 3, 2 are the coordinates of the foci. And, of course, C over A is 0.87. 3 square root of 3 over 6 or square root of 3 over 2 is 0.87. Ayun. That's for case 1. Let's proceed to, meron pa tayo dito, example 4. Graph the ellipse, x minus 2 quantity squared over 25 plus y minus 4 quantity squared over 9 equals 1. So I think you can do this. So first step, rewrite the equation as like that. And then from that equation, we can identify h, which is 2, k as 4, a is, so the center is at 2, 4, right? A is 5, b is 3. And because 5 is greater than 3, the major axis is horizontal, meaning case 1 ito. Ayan. So let's now graph. The vertices are at 7, 4 and negative 3, 4. Applying the formulas. Co-vertices, or meaning the ends of minor axis, are at 2, 7 and 2, 1. And andun na yung graph natin for example 4. Okay. That's all for case 1. I think we are now ready to proceed to case 2. Case 2 is the equation of the ellipse with center at HK and the major axis is parallel to y-axis. So, meaning to say, the major axis is vertical. Okay? And the equation is x minus h quantity squared over b squared plus y minus k quantity squared over a squared equals 1. So, of course, center is at HK. Ends of major axis, h, k plus and minus a. Ends of minor axis, h plus and minus bk. Foci, h, k plus and minus c. Then the lateral recta, h plus and minus b squared over a, k plus and minus c. Same formula for the length of the lateral recta, 2b squared over a. Eccentricity is c over a. And c equals square root of a squared minus b squared. Or if you are looking for b, square root of a squared minus c squared. Sorry for that. Meron na parang answer dyan. So, sketch and discuss the ellipse x minus 3 quantity squared over 4 plus y minus 2 quantity squared over 9 equals 1. So, this is case 2 because bigger dito yung denominator of y. So, from the equation, we can identify for the center, which is 3, 2. H is 3, K is 2. This is A is the square root of 9, which is 3. And B is the square root of 4, which is 2. And C is 9 minus 4. Square root of 9 minus 4 is square root of 5. So, center 3, 2. Yan. Ends of major axis. H, K plus and minus A. So, what is H? Let's try to answer. 3. 3 is H. K plus A meaning 2 plus 3. 5. And then 3. K. 2 minus 3. Negative 1. So, these are the ends of the major axis. Let's check. 3, 5, 3, negative 1, right? 3, 5, 3, negative 1. Let's proceed to the next. Let's clear this. I'm sorry for that. Okay, given. From the given, let us solve for what? Ends of the minor axis. H plus and minus BK. Yan. Meaning, you add 3 and B. 3 plus 2, 5. And K is 2. Yan. Other one. 3 minus 2 is 1. 1, 2. Is it correct? 1, 2, 5, 2 are the ends of the minor axis. 1, 2, 5, 2. How about the foci? Okay, add mo lang yung 2 plus 2.2. 4 point, is it correct? Yun, 4.24. So, square root of 5 is 2.24 pala. Ayun, 3, 4.24. 3, negative 0.24. Ayan. For the foci. How about for the LR, length of the lateral recta, 2b squared over a. 2 times 4 over 3, that means 8 thirds, right? 8 thirds, or 2.67. How about the eccentricity? Tells the roundness of the ellipse. Square root of 5 over 3 is equal to 0.75. Ayan. Or 3/4. Yeah. How about the ends of the lateral recta? Let's check. Ayun. Just substitute H, B, A, K, C from the given, right? And then, you'll be able to solve for the ends of the lateral recta. Ayun. Just a little bit of computation. So, we have here 1.67, 4.24. 1.67, negative 0.24. And for the other one, 4.33, 4.24, negative 0.24. Dapat L pala. The LR. That's right. It's okay. Okay. So, I think we are now ready to sketch the graph of the ellipse. That's the major axis. It is vertical. Minor axis. And then the two latera recta. Okay, yan. The graph of the ellipse for number 1. So, we have here number 2. Sketch and discuss the graph of 4y squared plus 9x squared minus 24y minus 72x plus 144 equals 0. So this is case 2, major axis parallel to y-axis. So did you know that this is case 2? Of course, transform the equation to its standard form. Yan. So first, we group for y squared minus 24y, then you factor it. And then 9x squared minus 72x, you factor it. Common factor is 9, x squared minus 8x. Then you complete the square. By completing this square, we add here 9, 16, right? You know the procedure, divide 6 by 2, then you square it. 8 divided by 2, 4, square 16. So you add 9 times 4, 36. 16 times 9 is 144. Yeah, and then you factor the trinomial y minus 3 quantity squared, x minus 4 quantity squared. Then divide all terms by 36. Yeah. So obviously, then from the equation here, you interchange the position of x and y, so that we can be able to determine that this is case 2, because the denominator of y is greater than the denominator of x. So from the equation, from the solved equation, we can now determine the value of a, which is the square root of 9, 3. B, the square root of 4 is 2. And C is square root of 9 minus 4, which is square root of 5. And the center is at 4, 3, meaning h is 4, k is 3. So what is now the value of the center for 3? How about the ends of major axis? Let's solve. What is h? 4. K plus a, meaning 3 plus 3, 6. 4, 6. And then 4. 3 minus a. 3 minus 3, 0. So is it correct? 4, 6, 4, 0. Yes. That's correct. 4, 6, 4, 0 are the ends of the major axis. How about the ends of the minor axis? H plus and minus bk. H plus b. 4 plus oh my god, let's check. Yon, 2, 3, 6, 3 pala yon. 4 plus 2 should say. So dapat 6. 6, 3, 2, 3. Yan. Iniwasan ko mag backspace kasi mag-stop ang video, no? How about foci? Yan. Substitute the values of h, k, and c in the formula. So we have 5.2, 0.76. Okay? And then we also have here the length of the lateral recta. 2 times 2 square is 2 times 4, 8 thirds. 8 thirds are 2.67. Yeah, same as number 1, right? And how about eccentricity? C over a. Square root of 5 over 3 is equivalent to 0.75 using your calculator. Okay? How about the ends of the lateral recta? We have here the formula. Substitute all the values of h, b, a, k, and c. Then we will come up with here. Yan, ends of the lateral recta or ELR. 2.67, 5.24. 5.33, 5.24. And 2.67, 0.76. 5.33, 0.76. Then, we're now ready to graph. Dito na yung graph of the ellipse with the major axis vertical, minor axis, center at 4, 3. So this is, then we also have here the 2 lateral recta. And this is the graph of the ellipse, 4y squared plus 9x squared minus 24y minus 72x plus 144 equals 0. We also have here number 3. Find the center, foci, and vertices and graph the ellipse, 4x squared plus 3y squared plus 8x minus 6y equals 5. So this is the same as the same procedure for as in number 2, no? Completing the square. Yan. So first, you group for x squared and 8x, then you factor. The common factor is 4, so times x squared plus 2x. Then 3y squared minus 6y, factor mo 3y squared minus 2y. What will you add here? Of course, 2 divided by 2 is 1. Square mo yung 1, 1. So you add 1. Okay? So 1. So 5 plus 4 plus 3 is 12. Then divide all terms by 12. Then this is now the equation. X plus 1, quantity squared over 3 plus y minus 1 quantity squared over 4 equals 1. It's now the standard form. And we are now ready to find what we need and graph on the next screen. So this is case 2, right? Kasi greater pa rin yung denominator ng y kaysa sa x. Case 2 to. So the center is at hk, right? Negative 1, 1. And then yung 4, which is a, that is a, square root of 4 is 2. A equals 2. So the vertices, or the ends of the major axis, are 2 each way from the center. Since the largest number is under the y, we move 2 each way in the y direction. So since this is case 2, up and down lang tayo ng 2 parts for the ends of major axis. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2 up, 1, 2 down. So the ends of the major axis are negative 1, 3, negative 1, negative 1. So we can also do this if you are not good in memorization. Right? If you're not good in memorizing the numerous formulas, we can do this. No? So yung value ng A, sunod mo lang sa direction ng kung anong case yan. So, yun. About 3, that is the B, value of B, square root of 3. So, that means 1.73 from the center. Yeah, 1.73 away from the center. Horizontally, right? Yan ang major axis, ay minor axis. So, to find the foci, I should say, foci. Let us solve for C. 4 minus 3 lang yan, which is 1. So, 1 up, 1 down for the foci. Right? So, foci are 1 away from the center in each direction along the major axis. Kasi major axis is vertical yan. So, I think this is also cool to do, in graphing the ellipse with center at HK. If you don't intend to memorize, okay, the formulas. So, I think we're now through with the examples. So, it's your turn. For your activity, answer last in Analytic Geometry for the week 6, quarter 3, task 2, task 4, task 7, task 10, and the summative test. So, that's all for today. Next time, we will be discussing hyperbola. Okay? So, I'll see you next time. So, thank you, God bless, and rock and roll.